It is the year 0079 of the Universal Century. A half-century has passed since the Earth began moving its burgeoning population into gigantic orbiting space colonies. Above the planet float hundreds of enormous cylinders with artificial living environments, new homes for mankind, where people are born and raised and die. The cluster of colonies furthest from the Earth, Side 3, proclaimed itself the Principality of Zeon and declared war for independence against the Earth Federation. 6 months into the war, Zeon began working towards new tactics to try to deal with the ever-expanding battlefront and difficulty resupplying their troops. One such team, the Bronze Enigma Corps, was painted as part of these experimental squads, but what transpired was far from what they anticipated. It is now 9 months into the war, and this coffin squad has found themselves in the midst of an inhumane plot and are constantly fighting for their lives, some of which have not survived. Can our team of misfits manage to uncover these plots and make it out in one piece, or even with their own minds intact? Hello everybody, welcome back for another episode of 0079 Bronze Enigma. This is episode 24, and we are going to have a wonderful, happy, joyous, fantastic day. I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. I am your host and GM, Brandon, here at The Worst Heroes, and let's start off by saying hello to our first cast member. Bio, how are you?
I'm great. Still doing this, huh?
Still doing what?
Whatever this is.
The intros?
No, this campaign thing.
Yeah?
I thought we beat the boss. It's over now.
No.
What do you mean? I'm pretty certain we killed it, didn't we?
You silly, silly little man. If only you paid attention. The clues are there. It's not over.
Oh. Well. This is awkward.
Is it?
Yep.
I think it's perfect.
I worry about you, man.
Me too. Are you excited? Are you ready to have some fun?
I hope so.
Beach party episode when?
I don't know. You're the one that decides when that happens.
That is a good thing that I should totally plan for you guys, so you can have a happy-go-lucky beach episode.
Yeah, then we can do some fan service, because
Exactly.
I know some people probably, want to see some hot bods.
Yeah, get some Manqua on Zach on Wolfram action.
We need material for the fanfic.
Manqua lusting after every man so far hasn't helped with that.
I mean, for the record, I technically have not lusted for Zach. You keep trying to push that ship. That ship has never happened.
You guys are the ones that said that I made it no longer canon that you and Zach shared a kiss in the rain.
Once
back
again,
in season 1.
You keep putting Zach there. It's Vicenti. Jesus.
Who?
Wow. Yeah, I'm not really surprised.
Poor Vicenti.
Because let me tell you, man, he kept ranting after stream about how much he fucking hates Vicenti. So he told me how fucking glad he's dead now. It's really bad. He said some really horrible shit. Sorry, Abuz, I didn't mean to bring this out now, but just thought I'd let you know.
I knew it all along. It's always been there.
Why? I loved my plot device. I mean, Abuz's character.
Yeah, whatever helps you sleep at night, bud. Which we know you're not sleeping, so I guess it's not working.
They didn't know that. Calling me out.
Oops.
Oh, they know now.
I'll sleep enough when I faint. I mean, it wasn't for lack of trying. I did go to bed. I didn't have my phone. I wasn't watching anything. You know, sometimes your brain is just like, hey, know this one thought that really just makes it so that you're super uncomfortable? Let's just have that on repeat for hours. It's wonderful. Anyway. Are you good to do your intro now?
I mean, I guess. Hi, everyone. I'm Biohazard, and I play Second Lieutenant Gerard Monquois, leader of the mobile suit team. Pseudo-drunk guy. I pilot the Guff. Yeah, and I also stream on twitch.tv/Biohazard1987, but don't worry about that. Just, I got nothing to say.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Just follow.
Or don't. You know, it's fine too.
Just follow.
Or don't.
Or do.
Or don't.
Let's take a group consensus. Show of voices. How many people in this chat think that you should follow Bio? I
don't see anyone. No, it's empty.
All
right. Well,
Jordan.
Good try.
Jordan, Habuza, Fangs, back me up here.
Yeah, good try, guys. Good try. All right.
Seriously.
We can move on.
Guys, back me up here.
Yeah. Whew, boy. Oh boy, you got some egg on your face there.
You know
Wow.
the rule,
That's
when you try
three.
to force me to do something, I'm not gonna do it.
Habuza, don't tell people that they should follow Biohazard 1987 on
Now,
Twitch.
see, now you ruined it by already trying to tell me to say it.
No, I told you not to. Don't do it.
All right. Well, have a good one, guys. I'll see you next week.
No, get back here. Look, man, you like to make all these intros
Wait,
awkward for me. I figured I'd return it to you. Uno
I mean-
reverse.
I mean, you try to make it awkward, but it seems like it made it more awkward for you.
I'll take my wins where I can get them. I don't get many of them. Anyway, speaking of Habuza, hi Habuza, how are you doing today?
No.
No, what?
No.
That's good too.
Hi, DM looking for some players that'll be cooperative. Never mind, they don't exist.
Oh wait, so I'm free? Alright, peace.
No.
We get to leave?
The fuck's a cooperative player?
Cutting your rations this week.
We get rations. Oh my god.
We get food?
I mean, you
Yeah,
could.
apparently. Imagine you guys McDonald's versus kind of food.
Yeah, kind of food.
Mm-hmm. Kind of food.
So anyway, Habuza, hi. Would you like to do
I
your
guess.
intro? Hi, I guess. I'm
I have
here.
an intro?
We've been doing this for over a year.
Just read the cue cards. That's what I do.
Where
I
did
don't have
you?
no goddamn
Where
cue
did you
cards.
get
The
cue
intern's on
cards?
vacation.
Oh my god. I'm curious how many
That
people
intern-
just show up just to watch everyone make me hate my life at the start of these.
Fangs, that intern's on vacation this week.
We have interns?
Oh shit.
You don't
I
have
forgot.
interns.
Why don't I have an intern?
We have interns.
What the fuck?
You're right.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was doing the budget and I gave everybody interns but you. You're fine.
Hate my life.
At least one of your interns isn't a Clippy.
Nah, that's one of my players. To be
Is
fair,
it
that
me?
is an
Okay, bye.
upgrade
Okay,
for you.
guys, I'll see you all
To be fair,
Some of the
Jordan. To be fair, Jordan. Clippy is an upgrade from Alexa and Google. So, and Siri, definitely Siri. So, if anything, that's a compliment.
I'm gonna let that one go.
Honestly, you hate that I'm right.
Fun fact, I never actually used Clippy, so. Anyways, this intro.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Don't put this back on me, Jordan. How dare you?
Chaos.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, be quiet. I'm trying to do an intro over here. Jeez. Can you believe this guy tells me to do intro and interrupts every 2 seconds? Hello, everybody. I play the wonderful and charismatic, awesome, masked individual of Wolfram Sonnen. And as for my suit, well, piss off. You're not allowed to know that yet.
Got him. Next up, we have the eloquent and well-spoken Jordan. Hi, buddy. How's it going?
Eloquent, well-spoken.
I got
What's
no
happening?
idea. You guys already broke my fucking brain, so
Wow.
you getting what you
You know,
get.
I'm just gonna leave.
Sit your ass down. You caused this.
How did I call it? Wow.
All of you combined into
This
one
toxic.
amalgamation.
I can't work in this. I can't work in this environment anymore.
Run before he puts you in the cage.
Well, thank you for tuning in for Bronze Enigma this week, everybody. Anyway, hi, Jordan.
Oh,
Seriously,
God,
are
it's too
all of
late.
you gonna pull the fucking awkward silent treatment today?
Nah, I'm just eating Pringles right now.
Hello, Jordan. Now you.
I'm gonna suffer for the others, not for you, for the others.
Okay.
I play Zach Marston. I'm not using my rank because fuck that shit. And I had the Zaku 2 high mobility ground type.
Thank you.
You're not welcome.
Oh my god.
Well, you're welcome, Bio, Fangs, and Habuza.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
You're welcome.
thanks.
Thanks, man.
I'm here for you guys.
I appreciate that.
I'm just gonna
Maybe
start
someday,
killing
maybe
the
someday
NPCs.
he'll be grateful, but we are.
Someday, but I don't hold my breath.
Tiger, when you watch this in the future, go ahead, plan for the worst.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Please, Tiger, kill us off. Kill us all off.
Oh no,
I'll get
she
my
won't let you
Saturdays back.
die. She won't let you
Yeah,
die.
bring back free Saturdays. Woo!
No. You see,
Woo!
you all
act like she has a choice.
you all
off
think-
one character.
you all think that Tiger would do something that would cause a TPK. No, Tiger would try and make it so you all suffer as long as possible.
Yeah, so I'll make
I
this
can,
character have a
you
mental
know, I can always
breakdown
off
and
myself and lead the campaign. So suck it.
I need a new team. Hi, Fangs!
Hi.
How are you?
Well, according to this script, I'm doing very well.
That's great.
There's a script.
Yeah, they couldn't trust me with just the cue cards. I need a full-ass script.
What are you, Tom Holland?
Maybe if I knew who that was.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, thanks.
The actor who plays the current Spider-Man.
Apparently
Oh,
can't
the
be trusted with
teenager?
spoilers at all.
He literally
Yeah.
spoils every movie ahead of time. Every single one.
Yeah, I didn't know his name.
Yeah, that's his
at
name.
all. He's just Spider-Man.
She's not wrong.
Just Just take
Who
me
I
now.
think's name
Take
is
me.
Peter Parker. Unless it's changed.
Yes, it is. But that is
Which
not.
it could have, because apparently there's like a whole weird thing where there's spider pigs. I don't know.
Welcome to our new MCU podcast.
Which you can watch over on Bot House in 1987. Clearly, I don't need to be here.
3 Saturdays again. Woo!
Hey, you fired my hamster. It's going on all wheel.
All wheel.
If we'll have.
Fuck's sake.
Well, it doesn't have cylinders. It just runs a wheel up there.
Would you like to do your intro?
Oh yeah, I have one of those.
All of you do.
Turns to page. Hi, I'm Fangs Extended. I play Flora, who's a mechanic. Or engineer, one of the two, whatever, works on mech. I pilot the Dom test type.
You legit thought you were just gonna forget what your back was.
It's one of the two. It works on mech.
I was waiting for it to be like, and I pilot blank.
No, it's written right there on
I
the
thought you were
page.
just gonna leave it there and just like say what it was. All.
No, it's written right there in the script.
And we can find you somewhere, can't we?
Probably. Where
At
specifically, like...
twitch.tv/fans extended, no underscore.
Oh yes, on Twitch. I stream sometimes. Under the same name. Don't worry about the other one that also has the same
directed
name.
specifically at Uber.
You know, don't worry about, if you find me in one of your other chats, you Twitch streamers. I have 2 brain cells. They each pilot a Twitch account. Don't worry about it. Or do. I don't control you.
Follow them. In person.
I mean, well, I'm slow. But
All
I'm
4
quite
of
short,
them.
So I don't.
Follow them all.
Would I lose them? I am slow, but I am short, so I don't know.
Just look down a little bit and you'll see her again. Anyway, I hope we're all ready for a wonderful episode today. My brain is broken, so who knows how much I'm gonna fuck up today now. But hey, what happened last time?
Stuff happened.
Nailed
That was my
it.
recap.
Watch the vids.
Watch spots, come on. Duh.
Yeah.
I don't need to explain what happened. You need to watch spots, everyone. God. Get together.
I think you left, guys. We did it.
Awesome.
We
We
did it.
win! Huzzah!
I have no idea if my mic picked that up. I walked into the other room and screamed.
Oh no, we heard it.
Oh,
We
God.
heard it.
Mission accomplished, boys. Settle up for next round.
Alright, roll credits.
This has been the end of the campaign.
Shall we get the recap now?
Fine. So stop your belly aching. So last time on Bronze Enigma 0079 Coffin Squad, we were in the mobile battle with Palmer when the little mech suit showed up. I'm reading this sort of word for word.
Don't read it word for word. I can't spell.
I fixed your spelling, so shush.
Oh, okay.
Spelling's not the issue.
Okay, the grammar might be the issue.
Yeah, the grammar's the issue. Anyways,
Don't let him know you have an English major.
the purple mobile suit showed up. Caused that to run away in fear as everyone else left. Leaving Palmer to deal with that shit, because Palmer's a big boy, he can handle it.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna let that sink in for a bit. Anyways, we ran. Zach running at very top speed right now. Feeling very sick. We came across the abandoned oasis where the previous Blue Rose camp used to be, looking for any signs of what may have happened. We didn't find much, just a leftover map, I think it was. Anyways, we continued on, trying to get back to the house. When we came across some wandering jackals, trying to find the purple mech. Trying being the key word, because they decided they didn't want to really deal with that shit, and I don't blame them. We did find out the location of where the next Blue Rose camp might be after we sent a transmission to them, warning them. We headed over there. Zach's still sick, so we stopped by. He threw up. It was a fun time. We finally got to the Blue Rose camp. They decided to requisition us to help them out with a watch. Zach got treated. We found out Vicente was using some parts from no, not Vicente, Wolfram, sorry. Wolfram had some weapon parts from Vicente's Zuda. Alcohol was had. Raphael decided, hey, Moncloa, let me join you in the Zudi. No answer was had. When suddenly, who decided to show up? But Talbot Hamilton, Zach's arch enemy. And he was in very bad shape. Found out that the purple Muzaku was headed our way. Found out some other information. Specifically about some of the experiments going on with Max. And the mysterious doctor. And Talbot's last wish before dying was that Zach put one right in his head, which, he did. Then Probozaku showed up, we fought it, and that's where we last left off.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love Fangs' note-taking. It's wonderful.
That wasn't, no, I freestyled half of it.
Oh, I know. I was looking at Fangs' note-taking last night.
No. Yeah, no. I looked at the note taking. I was like, I'll just freestyle it.
Just wing it. Thank you very much for that recap.
Slow tear out of the eye.
My favorite part was, I just shot him in the head. It's fine, whatever.
Listen, there's a lot of history there.
Uh-huh. Bang!
Exactly. All that history in one bullet.
All that history turned into just alright.
Honestly, it's kind of funny I did this recap just for a moment alone.
Wow, but yes. So we are at the wonderful camp after the mess that happened last time. All fun and games. Everyone feeling happy and satisfied about what happened last time and totally not tired, exhausted, and anything like that. Right? Right? We're all good.
Sure.
And one important thing was a proposition was opposed to Moncloa, which he has some time to think about.
Yeah.
But the battle's over and you all go to rest for the night. The men will take watch and wake you if anything happens. Wolfram, I take it you're gonna fall asleep in your nice little reclining chair.
Oh yeah, I'm going back to the hooch chair.
Yeah. Goes back to the hooch chair to rest up. What about the rest of you?
Well, now that I know where the hooch is, we're gonna sleep somehow.
You were handed a bottle of hooch.
No. That's travel hooch.
Oh my gosh. Well then, since you spoke up, go ahead, you're first.
I'm gonna go over there and hang out with the people.
Hang out with the people. Well, Greg is busy working on the gem for Wolfram right now. And Wolfram is, I don't know how long it's going to take you until you fall asleep there, bud.
Listen, I was 2 hooch bottles in. It varies.
Well, up to you. Are you awake or asleep when Flora comes over to try and get some hooch?
Again? Jesus, I'll be awake. Last time was amazing.
Go ahead, Flora.
Do. Hey, just going in here.
Where are you sneaking into? The hooch bottle that he has next to his chair?
And they're working on stuff. They got the hooch. Why not do both?
Oh my god.
Do you need a hand with that? As I gesture to the mech.
Oh, no. I got it. Don't you worry. Go get yourself some rest.
Yeah. Alright. Thought we could, I don't know, have a few drinks together.
I mean,
You
if
know,
you want to have a drink,
camaraderie.
you can, but I got some work to do. I gotta get this bad boy up and running. Only got a few days we're sitting here, and I gotta get these parts all situated.
And you don't want help?
Nah, I got it.
2 hands make fast work.
Yeah, but you see, I got all the ideas and the blueprints in my head, and it would take me too long to explain it.
And how'd it go with treads?
He wouldn't let me.
Yeah, that tracks.
It don't
That
track,
tracks.
actually.
Yeah. Well, good luck, I guess.
Alright. Well, you can go ahead and get some from the steel over there, but don't take the steel or I will find you.
I already know the rules.
Good. He gets back to work.
Puts some in, like, the canteen. Alright. Walks my way out. They didn't want my help. Going to bed, I guess.
At least the medic won't come after you this time.
You saw that?
I'm sitting right here. It's not hard to see stuff in a flat desert.
years of hide and seek are for naught.
You can't see me! You didn't even cover your eyes. How were you hiding?
They were covering my eyes when they dragged me. I mean, their body was in the way, but it's fine. Anywho, I'm on bed.
Yeah. Okay.
I just love how awkward everything Flora does is. It's just so fun.
You know it.
What? I'm right? Monqua, Zach, what are you two doing?
I'm in a spare bunk, and one of the Medeas just sort of drinking and thinking about the previous fight that we just had.
Zach?
I have my gun out and just sort of swinging it a bit, and I'm thinking about what happened with Talbot, Hamilton, and the stuff that he said. Just mulling.
So you all have the opportunity to just rest without having worry, and none of you are resting. Well, none of you are sleeping, I should say.
Beforehand, so
No.
I mean, I'm
am.
getting there. Jesus, sorry.
I'm just gonna get drunk first.
Everyone just contemplating everything, their minds all busy. So much going on in their heads.
say IRL.
The first one who passes out from drinking, I'll say, is Flora.
Is it because she's short? Yes, because she's short.
Flora, in your sleep, you find yourself in the little area that you leave your mobile suits at the house. That little wooded area where you like to work on it with Lottie.
Mm-hmm.
And you're tinkering away at the dog. And you realize that you need a specific tool. And real quick to break everything, Vintage says that Max is P15.
Well, that's not good. Okay.
I don't know what that means, but all right. Anyway. You turn to try and ask Lottie a question about the tools that you need and find that she's not anywhere
Hey,
around
Lottie,
you.
do you have the...
She's just
Lottie?
not there.
Lottie? Lottie?
Confusion starts to set in. As you turn back over to the suit, it's gone.
Oh, God.
All the
They
suits are
trust me with
gone.
this. They trusted me with it. Where could... It's not like it can walk away. Where... Wait, where are the others?
The dops are gone. The tank is gone. But you do see lights on in the house.
They'll know.
What are you doing?
They'll know. Running to house. Someone in there will know what's going on.
You get this incredibly uneasy feeling, and as you go through the door, you see you're not at the house. Well, at least not the house that you all have set up at. You walk into your home back on the colony.
Hello?
There's no reply. But you can see signs that your parents should both be here.
The table set. There's stew on the stove. Where is everyone? I make my way upstairs.
As you make your way upstairs, it just feels like each step just gets, like, larger and larger. And you get up the stairs and start checking the rooms, and you start feeling like the doors are getting taller and taller. Almost as if you're reverting back to your
Hello?
childhood. And you're finding nobody in the house.
Mom? Dad? Anyone?
Nobody replies.
I make my way to my bedroom in the house.
There's your bedroom as you remember it last time you saw it.
Got those like little stick on like glow in the dark stars on the ceiling.
And you notice
to
that
bed.
there's no lights outside.
I'm gonna try to look out the window.
You look
I
out the
move
window.
a chair
Mm-hmm.
and like climb up there to like get an actual good look out the window other than, you know, the clouds in the top of this.
As you look out the window to try and see your normal view of the colony as it curves around, you see nothing but a void of space. And the stars just start to fade into the void. And you get this feeling of just total unease and feel a presence. The only thing you're getting from it is just total fear, anxiety being induced within you from it.
I make my way to the bed and I hide under the covers.
You run your little legs over and jump into your bed, throwing the
can't-
covers over you.
It can't get me if I'm under the covers. It can't get me if I'm under the covers. It can't get me if I'm under the covers. It can't get me if I'm under the covers.
When your covers and the mattress just fade, and you're just in the void, and a pair of eyes snap open on you. And you're just frozen in pure terror, unable to do anything. Who's next that's falling asleep?
I'm staying awake for some reason. Just suddenly I feel motivated to stay awake. Don't know why.
Oh, it's too bad you've been drinking.
It is too bad, isn't it?
If only you had to roll something to stay awake or not.
I'm not really doing that, guys. It's metagaming.
That is metagaming as fuck, and I know he was kidding.
Yeah,
kidding.
I'm not doing that
kidding.
seriously.
I'm kidding.
But you know what? Manqua,
Yeah.
you feel tiredness start to set in. Your mind has been running so much that it just is slowing down and getting sluggish. Thinking about the battle you just had, how hard you tried.
Yep.
To reach through.
Yep.
And you can feel your eyelids getting heavier and heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Do you finally give in to sleep?
Oh yeah.
As you fall asleep, you start to dream. You're back at the bar, your favorite little bar by the HQ. Sitting in your usual chair at the bar, drink in front of you, and drink beside you. As you have been for many nights lately, over the past week or what has it been, like 10 days at this point?
Probably.
In your mind, it just feels like any other normal day that you're sitting there. Sun coming in, dead inside the bar. It's about midday, not very busy time for them. It's when you like to be there. Bartender walks into the back room after leaving a bottle. Just says, "Don't worry about cleaning up, I gotcha."
I give him a nod before he takes off.
And you look over at the drink to your right. Say anything to the seat.
I lift up my glass and I sort of give like a half cheer to the empty seat. Here's to you, Private, wherever you are. Then I just take the shot.
You down the shot, closing your eyes. It's nice and strong the way you like it these days. As you slam your drink back down, you peer back at the right, wishing that drink was empty too. You look back at the bottle, a little bit to your left, and you go to reach for it. And you notice glasses in front of all the other stools. All filled.
Jesus Christ.
As if there's one for Zach, one for Flora, the Major, the Doc, Cohen, Burkhart, and Lottie. And you notice the light outside fades. Confusion starts to set in as incredible sorrow. As if it was all your fault. What do you do?
When I come to this realization, I just pick up the bottle and I just smash it over the bar.
As you smash it over the bar, all of the shot glasses around you shatter at the same time. As the bar itself seems to break away. First the bar, then the stools, the door that's behind the bar that leads to the back, the walls, the windows, and you're left in the void of space. Confusion setting in stronger, unease. You feel fear and sorrow fill you up. But fear overbearing all other feelings. The stars start to fade away. Just you sitting in a void on this one stool. What are you doing?
I get up and look around.
You get up and the stool just fades off. You peer around and you just feel this overbearing presence. As you turn to look, these eyes flash open, and you feel so much fear overwhelm you. As you feel like the spirits of your friends sitting around you get sucked up into.
What are you?
The eyes just continue to stare into you, through you. And in your mind, you just hear your own voice. There's really nothing that you can do. You know who I am. Whether you want to realize, it's up to you. Wolfram, how goes your drinking?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Good metal straw and a hooch.
That's really good. Greg walks up to you, wiping the sweat from his brow, and just goes, "Boy, some days you can just push them back and just keep going. Other days you just pass right the fuck out. I don't know how you do it."
Depends on the face pain.
Fair. How's it today?
50-50.
Slaps you on the back of the shoulder and just goes, "Well, give us a few days, we'll get her up and running the way that you and I planned. This boy's gonna be pretty. Bet you're excited."
Well, for all the trouble it was to get it, I damn well hope so.
Mm-hmm. I just hope all the plans you had into it aren't too overwhelming for you there. And
It
hey,
should be fine.
try to get some sleep, alright, bud? Takes
I got a quarter of a hooch bottle left. I'll sleep after.
He takes the drink from your hand and drinks half of it and goes, "You have an eighth left."
You bastard. Greg.
It's my hooch.
Yeah, but why would you take a bottle from another person and... an eighth?
Call it payment for all my work.
Payment, you own the damn still. It's in there.
As he's walking
I've
back
seen
in.
the locker.
As he's walking back in, he's just chuckling and going, "Look, it don't have to make sense to make me happy."
Texas colony people really are weird.
You stare back at your bottle and, you could down this and probably take care of you. Push you over the edge and finally fall asleep.
Hell no. Greg drinking out of this bottle. Tossing and rolling over and going to sleep in the chair.
It's alcohol. It's gonna be terrible. Wow.
He ruined the mood.
You roll over in your chair, get into a spot that's somewhat comfy, not putting pressure on your mask or anything. And you drift off to sleep. And as you dream, you just start remembering back in your cockpit, the flames, pain you felt real quick before it knocked you out. Only you're not knocking out. In fact, it seems the flames are now engulfing all around you. What do you do?
Is this what it feels like to be a marshmallow?
Maybe. Flames start to push back away from you, and you notice the ground beneath you is just gone. Just darkness below you. You see the light of the flames all around you, and as you look about, you start noticing that everything else beyond the flames just starts to fade away, burning off into embers.
Maybe I should only have 2 hooch bottles before bed from now on.
As the flames continue to rage on about you, you start seeing things in them. You feel like you can see the image of your mother. Upset at you for leaving. See your father stuck in his chair. He taught you how to fight, but he never wanted you to leave, join a war effort. Shame, pain in their eyes.
Oh, great. Just what I need to relive all this crap once more.
In your own voice in your head, you hear, "You do gotta relive it. It was kind of your fault."
With the voice in my head, aren't you supposed to be agreeing with me instead of belittling me?
It's the voice in your head. Aren't I supposed to be just the innermost thoughts that you don't want to think out loud?
So you're my asshole side, got it.
Do you have another side?
Plenty. It just depends if I like you enough to show them to you.
Starting to think that those are the real mask. After all, you could forget them, and you see images of your friends. All those you left behind. Knowing that you've left them alone. And what exactly did that mean anyway, friend?
Well, see, as I'm spending most of my days fighting for resistance in a mask after I got shot down in a flaming cockpit, pretty much almost jack diddly shit.
Was a pretty selfish decision, wasn't it? As the flames die out, and the images of your friends and family turn to ember and ash, it's just you floating in the void of space. As the stars start to fade away all about you and you're left in nothing but blackness, an overwhelming fear starts to fill you, mixed in with all your regret. A pair of eyes flash open at you. And Zach, how you doing over there? Looking at your gun, thinking about the night?
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty great.
Feeling pretty great?
Yeah. Feeling pretty awake right now.
Oh, yeah? You sure?
I mean,
You spent most of the day sick.
would be a shame if the medic told me, hey. Medic came over and be like, hey, go to sleep, bitch.
I mean, I feel like there's a few things going on through your head, right?
Oh, I'm sure there are.
I mean, you were sick, but you managed to finally be rid of one threat that has been plaguing you all for months now.
Yeah, that caused me to get sick in the first place.
Yeah. And you were able to get a small piece of your revenge
Just a tiny piece, yes.
on Talbot. But why doesn't it feel good?
Are you saying revenge is empty?
It's possible. It's very possible.
No, that's crazy.
It's very crazy. Your eyelids start to get
I'm gonna
heavy.
go to sleep as the night goes on, though.
Your eyelids start to get heavy, and the only thing that you can see in your mind as you drift off is his goddamn frustrating smile.
Smug ass piece of shit.
Even in the end, got to have the last smile.
Before I popped one in his forehead. Asshole.
And that's the last thing you say as you fall asleep?
Yeah. So I'm an asshole.
You find yourself in your dream standing, almost floating inside your colony.
Not again.
And you can, as you're looking around, see different people going about their days. And you can see the little corner where your parents' house was.
I go over to the house. Or I float over.
It's a very weird out-of-body experience. And you see your parents just enjoying a little laugh outside.
Dad. Miss you. I never got to say goodbye.
To hear
So they took you away from me.
a voice inside your head. Yeah. Before they took him away from you.
Zombies. Sion.
I mean, had you joined me, could have gotten that revenge of yours real well.
God damn it, I've been hearing in my sleep. Asshole. Why you suddenly here?
Who knows? I guess this is my eternal hell. Being stuck with you. Or maybe I'm not
Feelings
here at
mutual.
all. But you know the truth, don't you? Sabi said that the colony was derelict and everyone was evacuated, but you know the truth.
Yeah, I know. They lied. It's all propaganda.
You just don't know how they did it. We know. Many know. Many around you know.
What?
Who can you trust?
Can they even trust you?
Let's give you a little insight into the moment. As you hear a hissing sound, faintly, you look around and see this haze start to fill the colony.
Fuck. Is this?
The truth. As you start hearing people coughing all around you. You start to slowly see them collapse. Oh, come on.
They gassed the colony?
Just look, and you feel your gaze look up outside the window, and you see Xion Musai's.
He's contorts into anger.
So what is it you're fighting for now? You really think you'll be able to get close enough to the zombies? And what if you kill them? Or what if someone else does? Will it just be like me? Smiling to the very end? How's that gonna feel? You start to feel a fear swell up inside you, mixed in with your anger and sorrow. As the colony starts to fade away into a gas. Until you're just left into the twinkling void of space.
What's going on here?
As you turn and look around, you can see the earth behind you, and you see the colony crash.
Again.
In the explosion, the earth and all the stars start to fade. So you're just left in a black void. And fear starts to overwhelm your anger, your sorrow, your want for revenge. The sound of Talbot is no longer in your ear. Can't even sense him at all.
I tried looking around the black void, but I see nothing obviously right now because of the black void.
Until a pair of eyes snap open, staring at you, through you, inside you. And you feel incredible fear. Worse than the purple Zaku did.
Who the hell are you? What do you want?
Just hear Talbot's laugh fade off. as you all wake up around the same time, hours later, even though your dreams were short. You've been sleeping for the rest of the night. Each of you in your own different bunk, chair, hammock, wherever.
Is that real? Did that really happen? I need answers.
You are all free to move about and do as you wish. The Blue Rose men outside are still on watch.
Hey.
A few of the soldiers
tear-stained
just
cheeks.
relaxing. Hmm? Go ahead, Fangs.
Oh, I just said I'm like tangled in my bunk, like tear-stained cheeks. Just, untangling myself and trying to pat down my residual nerves.
As your kitty Haro is just like sort of rolling around on top of you. Confused.
Activating per protocol. Meow.
How about the rest of you? How about the rest of you?
Corporal, now's not the time for that.
The two of you in the same Medea, resting in the
I don't
same
know.
room.
I have no idea.
I like that idea. I'm keeping it.
Just go with it at this point.
Go with it, baby.
Well, since she's not answering, I'm just gonna get out of my bunk.
How do you feel, Monqua?
Like I'm about ready to put in my resignation.
Didn't you already do that, basically?
Yeah, but then I rescinded it, so now I'm gonna do it for real.
Go ahead, guys. This is all you.
Once I've untangled myself, taken Misa off of me, I take a bit of a drink from the hooch bottle with like a shaky hand. All right, the day started. Yes. I should find the others. Hopefully they slept better.
Well, Monqua is standing right next to you.
Oh, Jesus! How long have you been there?
Long enough?
I knew that per protocol was a little too loud.
Oh, yeah. See, I was thinking it was. You know what? Never mind.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, I'm ready for the day. You?
I guess. Are you good there, Corporal?
Yeah, sure, that'll be fine. Just, gotta, start up the day right with a little mech work and everything will be fine. Yeah. Yeah. Everything's gonna be fine. Yeah.
I don't think I believe you, but okay.
How'd you sleep? Out of curiosity.
I slept. That's it. I closed my
Oh,
eyes.
that's-
I woke up. That's it.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
How about you,
Also,
Zach?
you should really not be drinking when you first wake up.
I normally no, but yeah. Yeah.
You know what, Monkwalk, give me an insight. Yeah, you can tell she did not sleep well at all either. And you can see the tear stains down her cheeks.
Have you been crying, Corporal?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. gotta go work on that mech, right? I'm just gonna squeeze past it.
I stop you.
Come on, miss.
No. What's going on, Corporal?
I don't know, but I'm sure it'll all work out. It'll be fine, probably.
Yeah, the last time I thought things would work itself out, my pilot decided to, explode himself. So I'm not going to have that happen again. What is happening?
Eyes shift from left to right.
Flora, give me an insight as well.
Okay. You.
You can tell that aside from him giving you a stern tone, that it looks like he didn't sleep well at all either, and he's very uneased.
You sure you slept fine?
I never said I slept fine. I said I slept.
Huh.
Stop trying to deflect this onto me. What's going on with you?
We don't need to. I don't know how to describe it.
Take your time.
Fear. Lots and lots of fear. That's all I remember.
Zach, you can hear a commotion coming from the other bunks.
What the hell? We get up. I try to ignore it, but then I kind of look over.
You're now part of this conversation.
Hi, Zach. How'd you sleep?
I just shrug.
I say, please help
I'd rather
me
not
get
talk
me
about
out of
it.
this situation. You sure, buddy?
All three of you give me insight.
Buddy. Oh my god, my internet sucks. So I need to-
Flora's too much in panic mode right now.
How do I get out of this situation?
Just wait, who thought it would be?
Alright, Monqua, you can tell that Zach is irritated, but also looks like he didn't sleep well. And Zach, you can't read much on Monqua, but you can definitely tell that Flora didn't sleep well and has tear stains down her cheeks.
Flora, don't use me to try to fuck what's going on with you and those tear stains on your cheeks.
Listen. This is fine. We just need to start our day.
And we can do that after you tell me what happens.
I told you I don't really remember. There's just a lot of fear.
Are you purposely trying to lie?
No, you know how when you have dreams you don't remember them when you wake up?
Oh no, this one was vivid enough. You all remember your dream.
Oh, well, that would have been great to know.
Yeah.
All right, then I guess I will try to so I don't want to talk about nightmares.
So, give me deception.
Yeah, okay. Let me look at it. Best gods don't fail me now.
Alright, you two, Insight versus DC 15. Gerard sees through it. Zach sees through it!
Oh, that's so if I can see through it.
They failed me in my panic.
Stop lying, Flora. Better just tell us what's going on. I don't think Monqua is going to let you leave until you say something.
Alright. Well, Misa, go grab a coffee. We're gonna need it. Meow. Aye. Meow. Alright, now that that's out of the way, sits on bed. So, you know how, you have those good dreams? Well, it started off that way. Retells the dream.
And then when she gets to the part about the eyes, my eyes widen.
And so I just hid under the sheets like Dad told me to if there was ever an intruder in the house or, scary things outside the window, and it didn't leave. That actually explains why I was tangled in the bed sheets.
Monqua, are you trying to hide your eyes widening at that?
No.
Okay, then if the two of you want, you saw that.
I noticed it. Do you have something you need to share, Monqua?
There were eyes in my dream, too. And you were all dead.
I'm very much alive.
No!
Like, at least I think. Ah! Yeah, no, I'm alive.
My jaw clenches a bit.
You trying to hide that?
Particularly, just clenching.
Then if you guys want,
It's,
you can
it's,
notice
more,
this
it's an involuntary clench more than anything else. So, if they want to notice it, they can.
You saw the eyes too, didn't you, Private?
I don't know what it means.
If I remember correctly, Vicente told me about these eyes. It's a good chance whatever this entity is trying to fuck with us.
It's the same one as the other times, though.
I shrug. Don't know. I don't have Vicente here to confirm or deny it. Well, whatever's happening, we've clearly struck a nerve, and whatever this is trying to deter us from whatever we're trying to do.
All right.
Wolfram.
Guess we won't.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jordan.
I guess we won't get any answers here.
Wolfram.
Yes.
You wake up after that dream.
Yeah, I'm already in the cafeteria making pancakes.
Making bacon pancakes.
So you're just trying not to let it bother you?
I've seen weirder shit. When you see somebody with the lower torso completely gone, yeah, we kind of get desensitized to a lot of shit. Yeah, poor Louisa. That was a horrible accident.
God.
I mean, you want to know about Marty? Like, phew, complete left arm, gone. Shoulder and all. Phew.
You want to let the others know that you're making breakfast, apparently?
How the hell am I supposed to do that?
Words.
I'm nowhere near him. I'm in the other Medea, which also, you know, kind of...
The cafeteria would be literally a fire set up by the outside of the oasis. Like, by the water.
I mean, you'd see Misa show up at some point to grab coffee.
And to hand me some coffee, and I'll slip in... You know what? I'll slip a note, like Starbucks, on the side of the thing. Making pancakes in cafeteria, please come if you are hungry. And I send the horror back.
Coffee. Acquired.
Yes, well, from
drink
you...
the coffee?
I think that was the noise of it moving away.
That sounded like a that thing just downed a cappuccino.
Great, it's gonna fry its electronics.
We get cappuccinos? Cool.
Bitch, you get cappuccinos! The best you've got is coffee. Black. Maybe a little sugar.
There's a lot of towns. We can barter. We just gotta send somebody in that doesn't suck at bartering.
My God. But anyway, Wolfram, you do remember the dream vividly, and it is sticking with you a little bit. So, if the others come over and you want to hide it, you can.
I decide to head outside anyways. Decide to exit out that conversation.
You know, Haro probably comes back while we're wrapping up our conversation.
Almost bumping into Zach at the same time.
Meow, coffee acquired. Meow.
I nearly move out of the way.
Thanks, Mies. Did you drink some of this? Meow. God damn it. Not
See,
again.
I told you.
This is why I had to put that, you know, waterproof wiring in there. This isn't the first time you've done this. Ah. Apparently, Wolfram is making pancakes? Or breakfast of sorts? I don't know.
Alright, well.
That's my cue to go grab breakfast, right?
Yes, if you're asking if you can leave, yes.
I practically run away from you.
Wait.
I just shake my head and then I follow.
I'm assuming, Zach, you're heading that way?
I head to the oasis, and I'm gonna use the water in the oasis to splash my face.
And it would be
Try
right
to wake
next to
up.
where he's at, so yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
So you're all there.
Oh, breakfast. Smells great.
Oh, you all decided to finally wake up.
We've been awake for a while. Some people have nosy questions about dreams and sleeping patterns.
Well, with how you act, I'm honestly not surprised in the least.
What's that supposed to ruin?
I smirk at that.
Well, the first night here, you were dragged away by a medic because you wouldn't sleep. You also pinpointed how to put a bullet into a brain efficiently. There's also the hooch ordeal, the second hooch ordeal. Should I keep going on?
She's got you there. He's got you there.
No, I it, I lost my train of thought, guys. Can you repeat what you said, please?
Well, I said he got you there.
Before that.
Oh, the first night you're here, you were dragged away by a medic. Also the hooch ordeal. What else was
Yeah,
there?
no, it's fine.
Describing how to shoot someone in the brain effectively and efficiently.
Oh yes,
I
thank
mean-
you. Bullet brain and the second hooch ordeal.
Well, I mean, you need. You know, when you go through a lot of training, they teach you a lot of things. What sticks and what doesn't. Well, that's. Anywho.
What did each engineers had about bullet holes through brains?
Well, see, you need to know where that would be in order to defend certain areas so it doesn't ricochet that way, so that way you're protected fully. Anywho.
It's a human skull. It ain't ricocheting any bullet. It's just breaking
Well, you
pieces.
see, if it enters, it will ricochet on the human skull, which also causes the. Anywho.
It's too early for this. I splashed more water on my face.
I just blink at that and yeah.
You made some lovely pancakes.
Well,
How
from
much you want? 1 flapjack, 2 flapjack, 3 flapjack. We don't have any whipped cream, kind of on a budget here. Also, yes.
go ahead and give me an insight, please.
All of us?
No, Wolfram. I called out Wolfram.
Okay.
That's why I said yes.
Okay, why every time do I pull this open does it have to pop up?
Yeah, you can tell that they all seem to have not slept well. You can definitely see the tears on Flora's cheeks. The tear stains. Yeah.
I'm gonna prescribe you all 2 flapjacks. We have maple and strawberry flavor today. Y'all look like shit.
Yeah, well, at least I'm not wearing a mask to hide, but I look like shit.
I mean, do you want to see this beautiful face while you're trying to eat some flapjacks?
I'll pass, thanks.
Exactly. You're welcome.
I guess
By
I'll
the way-
take 2.
Why was she crying?
I look to Flora. She can decide to answer that if she wants.
Between mouthfuls of pancakes. Why? I had this dream, and he starts retelling. And that's where I hid under the sheets. There's, spooky fear eyes.
Huh. Alright. Also, I put a glass of water down in front of her. Don't talk with your mouth full. Manners.
Do you want to roll something to hide a reaction when she mentions the eyes?
Oh, hell no.
No?
No, why would I hide it?
Chugs the glass of water.
So they can
Ah.
see a reaction from you when she mentions the eyes.
Yeah.
What kind of reaction will we see?
Well, you can't see any facial reaction.
No.
So
I'm trying
we're
to
gonna go with
Google
some body movement.
You tense up?
Tense up and pause handing the water at the moment.
You dreamt about the eyes too, didn't you?
Dark black void. Regretting seeing my parents again. The failure in their eyes, and giant air staring at me in the blackest, darkest void. Probably.
Yeah, we all had that dream. Well, the eyes anyway. I have a suspicion that somebody is trying to mess with us. Although it's interesting that they went after you, considering, I don't know, you've not been with us for very long.
Y'all might be cursed.
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
Oh, undoubtedly. I'll just put it with the others.
Well, from Concave. Your burns on your face, aching real bad, real sharp.
And I reach up and turn the mask dial a little bit higher.
I know you meant like the cooling stuff you have in there for your face, but the idea in my head was just you turn the mask up and it just encompasses the rest of your head.
Or just glows brighter like a high beam.
Blah.
The red eye function just kicks on, so you know when I'm just staring at you in disappointment.
After a little bit, Greg comes walking over. Oh, hey, God. Ooh, we got flapjacks today?
Oh yeah, they're tasty.
Wolfram, buddy, come on. I could use some flapjacks today. That'll really hit the spot.
How much of the stews finished?
I mean, probably be good in 2 more days.
Yours are at the end of the bar. Your hooch syrups with them.
He does a little fucking jig as he walks over to it and waddles.
Syrup. Jesus.
Takes it and goes, thank you kindly. I'm gonna go take this, take a little nap, get back to work. Oh, and before I forget, the 3 of you, your suits are all repaired.
Thanks.
Weird as hell, but very efficient with a wrench. Gotta give him props.
You can see as he's waddling back towards the Medea, he's like eating on the he's moving, and every time he takes a bite, he does a little wiggle. Dietrich gets out of his suit and heads on over to you. Well, you all look like shit. I was hoping
Good morning to you too.
a night without. I was hoping a night where you could all just rest and not worry about watch would give you a chance to actually get some rest. Apparently not. Bed's not comfy. Made this one cry, apparently. You should probably wash your face.
Just, like, rubs with hand.
Just continues trying to rub it dry with hand, get maple syrup mixed in with it.
Alright, well, this ain't working.
If only there was a bit of water somewhere you could use.
Well, now I'm gonna have to use the water. I'm all sticky. And not in the good way.
Oh, God.
Why
God
is
damn it.
Flora gets kinkier every episode, I swear.
Cute, innocent little Flora. Or so we thought. It's because Dad's nowhere nearby.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, what the hell happened to you guys?
Yeah, just didn't sleep well. Shit happens.
Alright, well, whenever you get a free moment, Gramps wants to know if you thought about his proposal.
Alright.
Don't rush your breakfast, you can still have that first. That's fine. And,
Okay.
if I heard correctly, your suits are all repaired, so you guys will be fine to head back home. You should be able to take care of things from here. We'll probably be moving out of here in a couple days or so. We'll send you word. You know our frequency if you need us.
Yep.
Starts to walk away, looks over and goes, "Ooh, flapjacks?"
So go bags on the end of the table. Don't mix it up with the hooch syrup for fucking Greg.
Takes his and it's just like, opens it up, smells it, and goes, "Alright, I think I got the right one. Thanks, Wolfram."
Wait a minute, and I just yeet a maple syrup packet.
Thanks, Wolfram.
You're welcome. Now don't let them go to waste like usual.
Look, I like them dry sometimes.
Dry is an understatement of what you did to the last flapjacks I made, sir. It's an understatement.
Look, sometimes you just save them and have them like a dry bread later.
You ate them 2 weeks later.
I didn't need to eat.
Oh, God.
Well, that's more than I wanted to hear. Anyway.
I'm a busy man.
I get my own flapjacks and I sit down and eat.
Anyway, you guys are free to roleplay whatever you'd like for now, until Monquois wants to head over to talk to Gramps.
I mean, for me, I'm just going to eat, and then when I'm done eating, I'm going to go to Gramps. So if someone wants to do something before I disappear, now's your chance.
I'm washing up.
I finish eating and I just head off towards where Mizaki is.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to Gramps.
Rolfam, you want to do anything?
Listen, I'm cleaning the cafeteria, makeshift in the desert with a
Yeah.
broom. What do you think?
Why?
How did we get so much sand in here?
The sand, it's like, it just doesn't stop. What the hell?
It sucks. It's coarse and gets everywhere.
Oh, no.
And it's all over the table because of the sticky maple syrup. Ah.
Flashback to when he first put on his mask and he just stands up and goes, "No!"
Nice, Darth Vader.
My cafeteria! You've ruined it!
Oh, the whole room shakes.
The Gramps' mobile suit just falls over out of astonishment.
You see Flora trying to wash up, and every time she like finishes splashing her face with water and everything, she forgets to wash her hands and just gets more syrup on herself because she's a very
God
messy
damn
ear.
it, I thought the sand would cover all this.
I'm just gonna throw a wash rag at her. Clean your hands first.
Thanks.
Monqua finishes his meal. Zach finishes his meal. Zach heads over to his Zaku, and Monqua heads over to Gramps. The Zaku is currently, like knelt down. Dietrich is, sort of like leaning up against the leg while, looking at some notes and plans and slowly munching on flapjacks without the syrup.
God, I gotta get Grandpa out of there. That's fucking toxic.
Monster.
He looks up and sees you and goes, "Go on up."
I just nod and I make my way into the Zaku and have a seat.
You sit down and you start the unit up, and Gramps' face comes on the screen. And he's just looking at you and goes, "Morning, boy.
Morning.
You look like ass."
I mean, at least I have a face that looks like ass. Sorry.
I mean, you got a fair point. I look like somebody just sort of took my worst frickin' photo and tried to digitize it into a bunch of text characters.
Yeah, I can imagine that probably pissed you off. I remember how many times you fired painters because they couldn't get your portrait right.
I don't even know what picture they used for me, honestly.
Don't worry about it.
Some of the boys, after they all let me know that they were aware of my situation, tried to mess with me to see if they could get me to make funny faces. I did not oblige. And I may have thrown a couple out of the cockpit.
I don't want to know how you did that.
Ejection?
But I'm... Oh, okay, that's really bad. All right.
What, your suit doesn't have an ejection?
No.
That's a bit of a safety hazard.
That's why we're called the Coffin Squad.
I guess. Anyway.
I mean, it is a prototype suit. They probably weren't expecting me to live. Anyway.
So why you look like ass?
Slept like shit. Seems pretty obvious.
Uh-huh. Don't want to share?
I had a bad dream.
What about?
Everyone in my team being dead and it being my fault. Just like Vikenti.
Yeah, that is a dream I know all too well.
Yeah, but I bet your dream didn't have creepy giant-ass eyes staring at you afterwards.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I have reason to believe that my mind may have been invaded by somebody or something. Because it also apparently appeared in everybody else's dream last night.
Well, that's not good. What did it look like?
2 giant-ass eyes. I didn't see a face.
Anything else tied to it?
Just black void. Nothing. Darkness.
And Zuri hovers out from behind the chair. And he just, like, nudges you and, like, points at the eyes and then tries to shoot his little projector on the wall of the cockpit. There's some notes in his database from some of the visions and things from that Vikenti had shared with the doc. And he highlights the description of the purple Zaku's eyes being filled with rage. And then he highlights a question mark that's in the text document and looks back at you.
No, these eyes weren't filled with rage. They were filled with fear.
It's fear. Or yours?
No, mine.
Oh, that's not good. I think it's safe to say that it's probably tied to those assholes.
Yeah, considering, I mean, it tried to mentally enter my team's mind, I'm assuming whatever we did yesterday obviously struck a nerve.
I'd imagine. Well, the boys here are gonna leave after they finish up with the gym. And, wanted to know if you had, a chance to think about my proposal.
I did. I guess my only concern is, why do you want to come? I figured you would want to, complete your mission here. You spent years of your life and whatever you want to call this life now trying to get things to happen. Do you really want to leave that behind?
Honestly, can't focus on it. Besides, they've got a lot of good boys in charge. They'll continue forward.
All right, well, if that's what you really want, then I'll let you come. But if you really want to stay, I'm not going to stop you from wanting to stay.
I mean, from what I understand, y'all left the Xeon. I have a single...
Officially, yes. Unofficially, no. Unofficially, we're dead.
I mean, that's not a good position to be in right now, I guess.
Yes.
I mean, technically, I'm also dead, so... Birds of a feather.
That is fair.
Honestly, I would have stayed with them. I could focus on it. But since re-encountering you, learning of all of this crap, and everything that I've witnessed, I can't stop thinking about it. Not only am I worried about you, not saying you can't take care of yourself, but I'm a grandpa, I'm gonna worry. As much as I hate your father, I worry about him too, but not much I can do about that. At the very least, I can try and help you. But more importantly, I'm part of it. You can't even deny it.
I mean, you're the inspiration to why these exist.
Just feel like it might be good to have me along.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to need all the help we can get. Now that I've lost Vikenti, I honestly feel like he was our only hope in dealing with these things. And now that we don't have him anymore, I don't really have a lot of confidence that we can be successful.
Well, I mean, I could probably make a suggestion for a final order before I leave. Probably come with a condition if you're willing to accept it.
What's that?
Bronze Enigma stays allied with the Blue Rose. And in return, not only you get me, but I'll bring one of our soldiers along to give you backup.
I mean, I had no intention of breaking our alliance, even if you did come. Honestly, we need, like I said, we need allies. We have none. Xeon thinks we're dead, and Fetty still think we're Xeon, so...
Yeah, I just figured it'll look good on paper when I bring it up to the boys.
I accept those terms.
How do you feel about Wolfram?
I shrug. He seems competent. Definitely seems like one of your better pilots. I just don't know if he's willing to want to come on this or not. I guess that's up to him. Although I don't know how your hierarchy works. I don't know if he'll just follow your orders regardless, or if he actually has his own opinion. He seems like the type that would bitch, though, if he didn't really want to do it.
I mean, he'd bitch even if he wanted to do it. He volunteered for the mission you guys went to help him on. Still bitched. I feel like if he doesn't bitch, that's when I should worry.
Well, it's like I said, if he decided he wanted to join, then I wouldn't be against it. No.
I figure he's competent. He's new enough to the Blue Rose that it wouldn't really affect plans having him come along.
Yeah, but I mean, would the Blue Rose be happy giving up the GM dominance? Or is he going to have to get something else and they keep the dominance?
Oh, the dominance was always intended to be his suit. We needed the data from it and from the facility to finish our new suit.
Ah, I see.
See, part of the deal was whoever went on the mission got to keep the suit. This ain't like the normal military. You volunteer
All right,
for a hard mission, you get rewarded with some hard weapons. I mean, hell, his strange sword that you saw. He was the one who went and salvaged most of those parts. We had to fall back from different locations, and he went on his own and gathered up the pieces. Brought back the boys so we could give them a proper sending.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, once his suit is finished being worked on, I'll head with him over to you.
So how is this going to work? How do you move from one suit to another?
Well, it's not going to be that hard. Thankfully, your good old pal Vicenti left little Zudi here. He'll be able to help with the transfer. But basically, I'll be rewriting your suit systems.
Okay. Am I going to have a hard time piloting it?
No. It'll still pilot the way you expect it to. Difference being is I'll be able to not only provide some insight if you need me, but I'll also be able to give you a couple of extra bonuses. May not be as high-tech and advanced as the others that you've run into, but I've still got some extra toys.
Well, knowing that you're with me, I would gladly give up any advancement.
I think it sounds like a plan. Well, whenever you and the others are ready, you can head back home. We'll see you in a couple days.
Sounds good. We should probably be getting back, because unfortunately, I think we did not leave our radio comms in a good way, so they're probably panicking. So we should probably head home.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah. All right. See you soon.
Zudi salutes.
I salute Zudi.
And he flips you off.
And I kick him.
Hey, don't damage that. That's my ride.
Sorry. Old habits die hard.
Anyway,
Alright,
pop out of the suit.
Yep, pop out of the suit, make my way back to where everybody's gathered.
Wolfram
Bronze
is
Enigma.
finished cleaning up at this point. Flora has finally cleaned herself off at this point. The wash rag is covered in sand. Somehow. And you can see Zack over by Izaku.
All right, Flora, get suited up. We're heading home.
Yep.
I'm gonna go speak to the private, and then once we're all set, we're gonna move out.
I put this rag in the kitchen area and go to my mobile.
Not on the table.
No, in the sink.
There's
What
no sink.
In the bucket that is the sink.
Acceptable.
Dietrich,
Before I,
Hmm?
oh, sorry.
go for it.
Before I head off to go talk to Zack, I walk up to Wolfram. You're a pretty weird guy, I have to admit, but you are a good pilot. Thanks for backing us up back there. I don't know if we would have survived without you. And then I offer my hand for a handshake.
Make sure my gloved hand is nice, pristine, clean, and I shake his hand. No problem. We'll see if we'll see more of each other in the future. If not, have a good one. If so, you're just gonna have to deal with my eccentric ass.
Monqua, you can
We'll have to
feel.
wait and see.
Monqua, you can feel under his glove, his skin is like not smooth.
Yeah, like scar tissue and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Noted. All right, and with that, I make my way over to Zack. Unless Brandon's going to do something before I leave.
As you're heading over to Zack, you just hear Dietrich holler from the Zaku. Wolfram! You got an appointment! And he points up to the Zaku.
Shit, what I do now. And I make my way to the Zaku.
Alright. Go ahead, Monqua.
All right, I make my way to Zack. Zack, what are you doing?
I am just taking care of. I'm inside my Zaku's cockpit, just taking care of some calculations, trying to keep my mind busy. The cockpit is open though, so you can see me.
Private. Once you're done what you're doing here, we're going to head home.
I'll be good to get home.
All right, well, I'm going to suit up and meet me on the outskirts of the base once you're ready to go.
All right. You finish what I'm doing, and I close up the cockpit. Getting ready to go.
Just go over here.
While they're suiting up and getting ready to leave, Wolfram, you go over to the Command Zaku. And climb in.
Oh boy. If it's about the pancakes, I didn't make you any because you can't eat them anyway. We went over this before.
I'm aware. Get in.
Alright. I climb up in and, get comfy on the seat.
Then he hovers around and lands on top of your head and starts poking you.
Ow. You really need to control your second body.
Yeah, stop that. Anyway, Wolfram. I'm gonna be heading off with them in a couple days once your suit is done.
Ah, so that's the proposal Dietrich was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I mean, after everyone pointed out they were aware of my situation, how I can't focus on the cause, they've got things not well underhand. I'm gonna go transfer to his suit in a couple days.
Ah, so you're getting an upgrade. Congratulations on your new, younger, vibrant body.
Yeah. There's a catch.
I'm listening. What's the catch?
I have one final order for you.
Oh, you're a dick.
You know where I'm going with this.
I've been called into this suit for apparently a meeting I never scheduled. I'm not getting in trouble, and you have a final order. Yeah, I think I know where this shit's going.
You and the new Jim are gonna come with me. And he just smiles through the screen.
Great, I get to get more of their curse luck upon me. Last night wasn't big enough?
Last night, what, did you also have a bad dream?
I saw eyeballs staring at me in the void of dark blackness. And my parents. So yeah.
So he flies out and pulls up the notes again and highlights the Purple Zaku's eyes of anger. And then the question mark, and he goes, like that?
No. They weren't angry. It was just a wave of fear.
Then it seems like this is all meant to be, because apparently so did Manqua.
But really, I have to... She couldn't even clean her hands properly. Like, she was trying to get the syrup off with sand.
Wait, Flora?
Yes.
So it sounds like they definitely need some help.
How am I supposed to help with that?
I'm pretty sure that won't cause her to die, but you can still help them in combat.
It would give me more opportunity to use my amazing sword that I took painstaking effort to make instead of letting it rust around here, because, no offense, it's kind of boring sitting on my ass in a lawn chair most days drinking hooch.
Yeah. Tell me about it. No, seriously, tell me about it. Great detail. I need to remember. I miss it. Sorry.
Oh, Greg made a new flavor.
Damn it!
Oh, he got it perfected with the Oasis water now. Crisp, clean, burns all the way down. It still burns after, surprisingly.
If I can ever get taste buds again. Damn. Anyway. But you will be able to keep your, Gym Dominance, or whatever it is you're going to be calling it after it's finished.
Yeah, I still need to figure that out, considering it's an amalgamation of, like, everything we scraped together to make the plans work.
Yeah. You're the one who made it plans.
Look, I thought maybe one of the manufacturers, no offense to your son there, would actually have coherently made more designs prominent, but apparently not, so I had to dip into the Fetty tech.
My son doesn't understand any of that shit. He only knows how to invest money and try to throw his weight around.
Facts.
It fucking shows, considering the Federation's catching up with it.
Yeah, especially with the data you brought back. Another reason I want to go. I want to share it with them.
Oh, all the juicy gossip.
Did he put it up on the wall? And he pulls up plans and it goes through Operation V. And it shows a unit called a Gundam.
What the hell is that thing?
He said the word, guys. Roll credits.
Look at the armor. They're using a whole new alloy that makes what we use now seem like nothing.
Oh god, the generator specs alone can support multiple beam weapons at once?
And from what I understand, they've already been experimenting with beam weaponry.
Well, yeah. I mean, thank god. Have you seen their bullpup machine gun? That thing's shit.
I mean, yeah, so isn't the Saku machine gun if you think about it.
Yeah, but at least we have quick ejecting round mags, and it's a lot easier. Theirs is kind of like pew 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 pew, pew, and then mostly just done. They die before they get the next cartridge in.
Yeah, but I mean, the little spray guns they've been using lately are apparently nothing compared to what this can hold. According to these specs, from what I can see here, thanks to my little friend's help, it's almost like the power of a warship cannon in one arm. It's not even shoulder mounted.
Well, that's gonna be a problem if they mass produce this in the future.
Well, if I know how the Federation tends to do their shit, hell, even Xeon, they're probably going to come up with a weaker version that's easier to produce, but that's still a problem. Either way, what would be worse? Fighting those in the front line with Xeon, running into them as we continue with the rebels, or them getting in the hands of those damn dark gems?
Well, considering just a basic Zaku almost beat my ass, and all of ours, yeah, that might be a problem if they inject one of them systems into it.
Yeah. Another reason that we should go with them. See if we can't deal with this problem before they get the chance to grow out of control. They'll disrupt the entire balance of everything. All we can do is hope they can't get their hands on anything like this.
Alright, I'll agree to it.
Good! It was an order, not a suggestion anyway.
And I kind of just flick Zudi and, accidentally hit a button and make espresso pop out the gun. What the hell?
Ah, not my screen!
Why does your second buddy have an espresso maker and a gun?
Don't ask me. Ask the asshole who made it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go now. Have fun cleaning that screen. Dietrich, clean up on Al Grandpa.
God damn you! You head out as the three of them take off back towards home. And you guys have an uneventful walk back to the base.
Yay.
And we're going to take a quick break so that people can go and use the restroom if need be, because my god, do I have to pee.
Old age. It's everybody.
Yeah, it sucks. Fucker. I keep forgetting you are the youngest person here.
Yeah, we're like we're in the same age otherwise. Except for Fangs, probably.
No, not that one. I was going to change tracks, and I don't know which track I want to use. Oh, I know. I'll just use this one. This won't put anyone on edge or anything. I'm kidding, guys. It was a joke. You're not getting attacked right away.
Or are we?
Or are we? But yeah, we'll be back in just a few minutes, everybody. Feel free to go and get yourselves a snack, a drink, use the restroom, whatever. We'll be back in just a few. See you soon!
I guess Brandon really had to pee, huh?
Oh yeah. Seems like he's draining a whole 2-liter out.
Probably.
Maybe he's smart. Maybe he's grabbing a snack.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. I had to take a phone call. Ah. Hello.
I thought you fell in.
While peeing?
I don't know. Maybe you pee sitting down. I don't know. You might be one of those guys. I don't know.
Look, I know I'm disabled, but I'm not that disabled yet.
I take my smart
Give it
comment
time.
back.
What was your smart comment?
No, you don't get to know. I take it back. No compliment for you.
Wait, no compliment for me because I had to take a phone call? What?
Sounds right to me.
What?
I'm not part of this, so I'm staying
I'm
out.
not gonna argue.
Just have to look it up later. Like you're singing from last time, Abusa. Don't want to regale us again?
You ain't getting shit from me anymore.
So ticket, we're all back. I'm the last one back.
It appears to be the case, yes.
Yes. So the three of you are making your way back. Do you radio in as you once you get out of into range for it?
Yeah.
Help if I could speak words without stroking out. All right. Go ahead.
Bronze Enigma, HQ, this is Monqua, over.
Oh, Bronze Enigma, this is HQ. How's it going out there? Oh God! Is my daughter okay?
Wait, who was on the radio first? Was that A?
It was A.
Okay. We're all fine.
So my daughter's okay. All right, don't worry about it. My daughter's okay. What about the others? Oh yeah,
Yes,
they're good too. They're good too. Good. Otherwise, I'd have to beat that boy.
I think the Manowski particles are getting pretty bad. Oh, well.
No, don't you pull that one on me. I may be old, but I ain't stupid. I know the difference
Sorry,
between...
you're breaking up.
Nope. What's going on? You on your way back?
Yes, we're on our way back.
Alright, good. Whatever message y'all left with A put us all into a state, if you will. When you get back, you can report into me. The Major is currently, unavailable.
What do you mean by unavailable?
I hit him with a wrench!
Oh, so he's very busy. Okay.
Yeah, he's currently, unconscious, and, Doc is still locked up in a room.
Oh, all right.
So, we'll see you guys when you get back.
Sounds good.
Can you continue your way back?
I just rubbed my temple. Like, oh, fuck.
I mean, that's what happens when you leave a terrible message. Somebody.
That was Flora, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
It was
I
me.
remember doing that.
Nah, it was me.
Why do you admit to it? Because it was you.
You guys arrive back at base, and happily you see that the major suit is still standing there. The tank and the dops are still landed, so nobody went off fucking rogue style this time.
I'm assuming the Medea and the Galloper also still there, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
And you see Lottie standing by the jeeps, just waiting, wrench in her hand.
I really wish she wasn't holding that wrench.
Me neither.
Lottie, you're here and not disappearing. I run and hug her.
Oh, thank God. She'll hit her first and then we can run.
I nod. Yeah.
As Flora runs to hug her, Lottie is marching towards you all and grabs her with her arm and dragging her in her arm towards the two of you.
Maybe we might want to run now.
Ooh, where are we going?
No running.
We suddenly have to go on a scouting mission.
No
Weird.
running.
You look a little angry. Was it my message? It was probably my message.
It was definitely your message. She catches up to the two of you and basically, fucking choke holds you with her arms as well.
Please, Lottie, no!
Y'all had me so goddamn worried.
Everything's fine. Please.
Good. I can see the suits are well taken care of.
Yep.
Can you let us breathe?
And I can see you all are well taken care of, though you look tired.
Yeah, we kind of are.
Good. Go report in and get some rest.
Yes, ma'am.
She's still not letting go, though.
You gotta let us go to do that, Lottie.
Do I have to?
Unfortunately, yes.
Now I'll just send another terrible message to A.
No, you don't get to send any more messages.
She lets go of
your
you
radio,
all.
your radio privilege is revoked.
She lets go of you all. Get in there. Go report in and, I don't know, see if you might be able to report into the dock.
All right.
I move away quickly before I get into another chokehold.
I'm gonna take another look at your suits. That means you too, Flora. Get in there.
Zip.
And before I leave, I tell Lottie, by the way, make sure you have enough room for one more mobile suit. We're gonna have guests in 2 days.
Oh,
Yep,
good guess, I hope.
most certainly.
You see the mood on her face shift and she goes, interesting guest?
Yes, very.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's gonna be a suit that you probably have never seen before.
Oh, I'm excited now. At least you brought me a good present.
I do my best, Lottie.
Good, now get in there.
Yep, she is
I
meant.
I nod and I make my way to the house.
Flora.
I'm just like touching Lottie. Okay, you're real. Good.
Yeah? What?
Good. Don't worry about it. Or do. I'm gonna go to the house now.
Okay. Get over there.
See you later, Lottie.
She just
Love
gives
you,
you a
Lottie.
glare. Go ahead and move your token. You guys see Cohen standing by the door. He looks over at you and goes, "Well, good. You don't look worse for wear. You missed a show."
Apparently.
Yeah, let me give you a little rundown. After the message that somebody, Side Eyes over at Flora, gave to A to give us,
It was me.
I know. He decided he was going to come out and tell us while we were all standing over by the major suit. Now you can already imagine how funny that was. Having a blind man stumble around a place he doesn't know. Has never walked.
To be fair, why did you let a blind man be on radio duty?
We figured he could just sit there and he could, maybe use the short range to let us know. You can see the window next to him's open. But no, he felt the urgency to run out and hit every tree he possibly could, heading towards the screaming coming from the suit.
Yikes. Okay.
After that, the major got, understandably, very upset. And tried to fix his suit on his own.
I see. And then I'm assuming at some point Lottie then had to intervene with a hammer or a wrench.
Oh, she threw it from the ground into the cockpit and hit him right in the head.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Nice aim.
What's more impressive? I went to go on a scouting patrol to make sure that we were safe. Lottie refused to carry him inside, so Burkhart did it. Needless to say, I took my time circling around so I could watch.
Oh,
And he just has a shit-eating grin on his face.
That would explain why he's still unconscious. Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was great watching him decide that he wouldn't carry him like a normal person would, and instead dragged him.
Yep.
It was great. Absolutely great. The doc came out of her room just long enough to say that he wasn't going to die, and then went back in.
That's unlike her.
I mean, she's been like this since that battle, so I don't know how long it'll take, but at least she's eating. Mostly because I don't see food thrown out the window. She's either eating it or hiding it very well.
Well, I mean, the room would start to smell eventually.
Eventually, yeah. Anyway, head on in.
All right, I make my way in.
I'm assuming Flora follows.
Oh, yeah.
You guys enter the room, walk in, and you see A sitting in his usual chair, calm, sitting on the table, and he's just sort of I mean, he's blind, but his head's down, like he's staring at the floor, like he's in timeout.
Gentlemen.
Good, you're back. So, what happened? Give me the rundown.
On our way back here, we received a, No, we ran into some jackals who were patrolling away from the east.
Mm-hmm.
We noticed that they were badly damaged, like they had experienced combat. And we had also learned that the Blue Rose had a base in the east, so I had made the decision to reroute our movement to the base to assist the Blue Rose, figuring something had gone wrong.
Okay.
And that's when I had Flora send the message And I had not realized it caused so much chaos. I will make sure to refrain from having her do it again.
Yeah, that's why they wouldn't. Yeah. That's why they wouldn't let me on the comps in the other unit.
Yeah, there was a rule back on the ship. One of the top rules on the Rosamund. Flora doesn't touch the comms. Don't use Flora to pass a message, especially an important one.
I must know that beforehand. I muttered to myself.
I thought it would be funny. It was funny, till it wasn't.
Yeah, I can only imagine it escalated to the point where it wasn't funny anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it was really funny when the Major got hit. It was really funny seeing Cohen freak out. Wasn't funny when I had to carry him. Then it got funny again when I started deciding to drag him. Don't tell him I said that.
Right. I will keep that between us. Anyway.
He'll just think it was all the wrench.
So after that, we made it to the Blue Rose base. It experienced some pretty heavy combat, but there were survivors, and we assisted them on keeping watch, and then the base got attacked by the purple Zaku that has been apparently rampaging out of control, and we were able to fight it and defeat it.
Wait, you took it down?
Yes.
Oh. Like down.
It's gone. It blew up.
Oh. Didn't you guys say that the Major's daughter was in it?
I don't know. I'm not certain. I mean, the Major's daughter is also in the one outside, so I honestly have no idea. Could be his daughter, could be somebody else. I do not know.
Fair.
All I know is I tried to convince it to stop fighting. It wasn't good enough.
Well, he's not gonna like that when he wakes up. Hopefully, damage to his skull will have his energy low. Kinda glad I dragged him now. That might be good for all of us. Yeah. Sorry. Alright, and what happened after that?
Well, we rested, and apparently all of us had a similar series of dreams. It basically ended with really evil-ass eyes staring at us, and so I have a feeling whatever entity is out there is trying to attack us mentally.
Oh, good.
I wouldn't call it good, but sure.
Of sarcasm. Fantastic. Great. Well, the Medea and the Gallop should be fully operational soon. I'd like to keep this as a solid place to be able to hang out when we get the chance, but we'll definitely have to move around a bit.
Yeah.
Also figure out what the hell our next steps are going to be. There's a lot of shit you guys have been dealing with that I am not caught up on.
Also, we will be having new recruits in 2 days.
Where are we getting reinforcements from?
Blue Rose.
Oh,
Allies.
that's good.
Yep.
Okay. I will pass the word on to the Major whenever he comes to. Currently in one of the beds upstairs. Great.
All right.
Flora, I see you shifting around constantly. What's going on?
She's been in the background touching a lot of things.
Daughter dear.
Yeah, hi.
What are you doing?
Just making sure it's real.
I...
And, not our family home.
Had something to do with her dream. I just say it outright.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you probably may want to talk to her privately about that. She's been kind of not great since then.
Sounds good. Flora, dear, let's have a little talk later on tonight. How's that sound?
Yep, I'd love that.
I don't believe you for a second. But I'll take what I can get. Anyway, you're all dismissed. Got nothing at the moment for you. Guess we'll wait for the recruits.
All right, with that, I make my way out and go to my guff.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the upstairs.
Okay. Zach?
I'm like
Assume
gingerly
the ma-
making my way.
Sir, I assume the Major's going to be out for a while, correct?
Oh, I imagine he'll wake up at some point later today. He has been unconscious for a while.
Is it good?
Everything okay, son?
Yes. You'll find out soon enough. And I walk out.
Oh, God.
That was ominous. So we'll start with Flora. What are you doing upstairs?
Making my way step by step up the stairs.
Hmm.
I'm going to enter the women's bedroom. Put
All
my
right.
head in. Looks the same. Are you real?
The doc is just laying in bed, curled up in a ball of blanket and pillow.
Not hearing a yes or a no.
Guess you'll have to go poker.
Yep. I'm going to creep in here as silently as I possibly can.
Okay.
And I'm going to poke her. Hey, you're real.
What?
Poke.
Why are you
Yeah, you're
poking
real.
me?
Okay, you're real. Have
What's wrong?
Nice, whatever this is.
What happened?
Nothing. It's fine.
Is everyone
feel,
okay?
You do. Yeah, everyone's back. We're getting new people in some days. Glad to see you're real. I'm gonna go back outside.
She grabs your shoulder.
Have fun.
Puts a hand up to your forehead. That's rifling through her bag. What's wrong? Have you been drugged? Do you have a fever?
Possibly no.
Sticks a thermometer in your mouth.
I don't know why I need to share your digging. I'm perfectly fine.
A little warm, lack of sleep. You need to sleep.
No, I'm good.
You need to sleep.
I did enough of that.
You don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Well, you'll be sleeping soon.
No. Not again.
And she lets go of you, puts the bag back down on the table, and rolls back over.
Yeah, run away, run away. Sleep well.
No response.
He closes his door.
Runs back down the stairs.
Yep. I trip on the last step, catch myself. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing, guys? Like, awkwardly leaning against, like, the wall. I'm doing great.
I can tell. You got a needle sticking out of your hip.
Shit, really?
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Why don't you have a seat?
That's what she meant. Oh God, no! The amount of panic I am now in.
Brought this upon yourself.
Maybe if I just plunge it the other way, it'll come back out.
I mean, you can
Shit.
just take the needle out, have a seat before whatever
Shit,
she
that
stuck
didn't
you
work.
with kicks in.
Shit. No. I
Laura, sit.
snuggle deeply into I'm just running around. No.
Sit. Hey, why don't you stand outside with Cohen and get some air while I talk to my daughter before she likely passes out?
Gotta go. Maybe if I just drink coffee, it'll keep me awake.
Puts a shoulder on you and forces you to stay in the chair. Or puts his hand on your shoulder, I mean.
Just you're gonna let me up, right?
No, because I don't want you falling and hurting yourself. Stay.
Oh come on! If I survive this tree, a little
Stay. We're gonna have a talk about whatever the hell is happening. And Ace quietly works his way towards the door and gets outside.
You just hear the whisper. He just hears the whisper. Help me!
I can't. Sorry. I think my ears are going blind. And so you get to talk with your dad before you end up passing out from the drugs about the horrible dream you had. And he just tries to comfort you doing it. And he's like, don't worry, we're here. Your mother's at home. Sent a letter. Don't worry.
Okay. But how do I know you're here? Like, if I go back to sleep, am I just gonna go back there?
Here,
'Cause
watch.
I don't want to
Ready?
see that again.
Ready? And he pinches your cheek. Hard.
Ah!
See? I'm real.
Yeah, I did that when I woke up, but like...
But I did it. Not you. So I'm real.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. That tracks.
Anyway, Monqua, what's going on with you over here?
I get my paints and I then cover up the guff shield halfway, and then I start working underneath the sheet, painting something.
Oh?
Yep,
You're painting something new on the shield.
I am.
Interesting. Lottie looks over at you and is just like, something new?
You'll see it soon enough.
Okay. Suit's good?
Suit is great.
Fantastic. Let me know if I need to do anything.
Will do.
And I swear, if you start up that suit without telling me... She just, like, pats the wrench in her hand.
I take a peek out from under the sheet and stare at her.
And you see her, like, smacking the wrench in her hand. I got aim.
I quickly hide under the sheet, hoping it will keep me safe.
I take it you'll go into detail later on that?
Yep, once I unveil it.
Okay, and Zach.
I'm waiting until the major wakes up, so
Okay.
I don't have much else to do right now.
All right. As it gets closer to sunset, Flora has passed out. And
Oh,
has
I'm
been...
definitely like hardcore, like that hard grip of sleep, of just like latched on to his like chest.
Your dad brings you up to the room and puts you in the bed and puts a chair down next to it and just sits there. And Major finally wakes up. Gets the rundown from Burkhart and is told that he should probably go see Zach. Zach, you see the Major come outside, talk to the other two, and then they point over to where you're hanging out and starts coming your way. You can see wrappings around his head, and he looks to be more worse for wear.
Sir.
Zach, what's up?
You need to know the truth now.
About what?
What happened at the colony? The one that dropped my home. Is it true?
Yeah, they
Found
dropped
some-
it on Australia.
Found some files not that long ago. Was trying to figure out a good time to tell you, but everything was just always shit. Looks like Xeon had it gassed.
So it was right. What I saw was right after all. Didn't think to tell me sooner?
Unfortunately, when we found out, like I said, there was never a good time to tell you.
That should have been up to me, not you.
Oh.
Who else knows?
Well, I was the one with the files, and Anqua's also seen the files. I don't know who else has seen the files.
So you both hid it from me.
As far as we could tell, it was ordered by Giran. Played out by Giran and Cassilia, and hidden from everyone else.
So not only so my parents died before the colony even dropped. Damn zombies.
Well, I never liked them.
You still didn't give me the right to hide it from me. You should have told me from the start, as soon as you found out.
When did you want me
You
to
went
tell
in
you?
law.
Did you want me to tell you while we were mourning over Illyria? Did you want me to tell you while we were dealing with constant near-death situations? Did you want me to tell you when Vikenti died? Unfortunately, there was never a moment we had to breathe.
We had plenty of moments to breathe that you still didn't tell me.
Every time we had a chance to relax, you never would. You were always on the edge.
Yeah, well now I'm on more of an edge.
He's an edgelord, as they would say.
Dun dun dun. I don't know if I can trust anyone here now. So good job. You're a fine leader after all.
And you're alive. And I told you sooner you would have ran.
Yeah, well, maybe that's for the best.
And what, die for nothing? Haven't we already had enough useless death? You want to go join Vikenti?
I was gonna be with my parents again. What, you didn't really think I was just gonna survive all this, did you? What I plan on doing? I'm gonna die eventually.
So what would you rather do? Die actually doing something that fucking matters? Or died to some squad of minions who had no fucking idea?
Yeah, and that's not up to you. That's up to me. Just like you should have told me from the start what happened. I don't care what your excuses are.
Better question. Why didn't you read any of the files you all brought back to me?
Because I thought I could trust you, that you would actually be honest with me, but apparently that's not the case.
My one priority, to try and keep you all alive.
Yeah, well, that one, well, didn't it? We lost Vikenty, so you obviously didn't do your job properly, now did you?
He punches you in the face, knocking you down on the ground. Walks up to you and puts his metallic leg on your arm that you're reaching for your gun. And pulls his own gun out on you.
I pull my other gun out on him.
Is this really what you want? To die for absolutely nothing? To do absolutely nothing for the death of your parents and everyone aboard that colony? You want to be a complete and total waste of space? Is that really the Zach Marston in this world?
You don't know anything about me. You don't know what I've gone through. So don't pretend like you give a shit. You obviously didn't give a shit when you didn't tell me the truth.
And your parents didn't have to suffer the same way my daughter is. I'm not the one who gassed the colony. All I did was not tell you for this exact reason. Because what's your thought right now? Get in your suit and run? What are you gonna do when those dark gems show up? You can't one-on-one them. And everyone else, by the way, can hear this. Flora, you're woken up.
I immediately get out from under the sheet and make a run for it.
I don't know what I was dreaming before this, but
Ever.
yeah. I've got to go investigate. I'm curious. Should I? Probably not. We're just gonna position me behind A and next to Dad.
Perfect. Shield yourself behind the blind guy. Good call.
Perfect.
Yep.
I'm sure he's safe.
I mean, surely he'll hear it
He's
coming.
safe from my wrath. He doesn't know shit.
What the fuck is happening?
You know what's happening, Monqua. You hid the truth from me too.
Zach found out about the
What the fuck are you talking
colony.
about?
And the colony was gassed, and you knew.
And apparently his answer is exactly what I was worried about. He wants to go off on his own gung-ho, all by himself, take on the world all alone, no repairs, no supplies, like an idiot.
Yeah, and that's my choice, not yours.
To be fair, Marston, I didn't know about it either. I only found out about it because Vikenty caught on, and then we put two and two together.
Vikenty knew too.
Yes. The reason I didn't want to tell you is because I needed you to focus to keep us alive. If you just ran off, we would be weaker, and you would also be weaker without us. Let's face facts. We need each other. And now we need each other more than ever. I know you want your revenge on the zombies, and I'm going to let you get your chance. But right now, we got to survive for the here and now. I don't give a shit if you don't like me. Because to face the facts, we need each other. And you know it. You leave this place, you're pretty much as good as dead.
I can remember one thing. I don't trust anyone here.
Whatever.
And where did you end up finding out?
The dream we had. The one with the eyes. Before that, I was shown what happened.
You go
I
into
saw
detail
the,
about it?
I saw the colony get gas right before my eyes. I don't think that was a dream at all. Someone was showing me what happened. Something I should have known from the start, but someone decided to hide it from me.
The eyes that give fear.
I suddenly lowered my gun and my arm started shaking a bit.
Wait, Commander, did you have a dream about that too?
Constantly. Since the Battle of Loom. Takes his foot off of your arm. You wanna hate me, you can hate me. I hope it's a long hate. My job stays the same. I keep you alive as long as possible. Just like I always have.
I slowly get up.
The thing you need to know is those eyes will constantly try to test you. Whether they show you the truth or falsehoods. All they want to do is disrupt your resolve. First time I saw them was when I lost my leg. The only reason I kept going, I found out recently, was because of Vikenti. Before I even knew him. Showed up in my cockpit. With him gone now, and apparently, you see him choke up, the purple Zaku gone. Seems like it's working full force to tear everything apart. Do everything it can to disrupt us. You want to know when I knew about the colony being gassed? I didn't know it was true. I just kept getting shown visions of that among many other visions. Till I started finding documents that led to it. They're in my files. As always, you guys are free to look through them. We only found something positive from Vikenti. You want to be mad about it? Be mad for the right reason. You want to have a reason to live? You want to have a reason to hate? Then hate me. Hate me for a long time for not telling you. More importantly, we need you. You need us. We need to put a stop to things like that from happening. Best we can.
So much I hate you for not telling me. You're right about one thing. I hate the zombies far more.
Good.
If you can get me to the zombies, I'll stick with the little group. The moment we veer away from that path, I'm on my own.
And that'll be the day you decide to die. And he walks off.
And that'll be my choice, not yours.
Private, with all due respect, you're a fucking idiot, and I just walk away.
Maybe. It's my choice. And I walk off.
Flora.
Well, now that thoroughly woke me up and don't know what's going on with that, I'm gonna go work on my mech.
Your mech is fine. Go back to bed. She grabs you.
No!
Well, with that extra little bit there, does anyone have anything they want to do before we skip forward a couple days?
Yeah, I think at this point I'll be finishing what I'm doing under the shield, and I'm going to make my way to the dock. I knock on the door.
Is this same day or is this next day or something?
Next day, let's go with that.
Okay. Flora's in bed with Dad sitting next to her.
Okay, because we had girls' rooms and guy rooms.
Yeah, that was mostly because you had 3 pilots that were male and 1 pilot that was female.
Yeah.
And with the dock taking up the bed, your father's making sure you're sleeping in a bed.
There's a couch.
No.
I can just cozy up on the couch. He knows all the signs of if I don't watch her, she's not going to sleep.
No. He's forcing you in there. He'll get the doc to get needles if need be. Anyway, Monqua.
I knock on the door.
Meh.
I come in. What's her current state at the moment?
She rolls over and looks at you and goes, "Everything all right? Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I wanted to show you something.
Right now?
Yeah.
Fine. He rolls out of bed.
All right, I then lead her outside.
Over to the suits.
Yep. It's up to everybody else if they want to be around for this or not. Either way, you're eventually going to see it no matter what happens.
I mean, I would be out there, but I'm currently unconscious under
I'm
threat.
literally just teasing you. If you want to go out there, you can.
Nope.
Okay.
Dad's saying I gotta stay in the bed and sleep.
And I don't know if Zach
You're listening
notices
to your
the doc actually come outside. I know Zach is anger mode right now.
Oh, it's a mix of emotions, honestly, but
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of
I
anger.
don't trust anyone. Yeah.
I don't know if you're able to notice that when the doc comes outside, you see her like block the light even though it's like late. And she looks like hell. Even from like your distance, if you're looking at her, you can see she has very dark rings under her eyes, her hair is very disheveled, and her clothes are just gnarly. And she looks like she's not moving as fast as she normally does. She is in pieces.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But she follows you, Monqua, and Lottie sees the two of you come over and go, "Oh, we got the dock outside."
Well, I wanted her to be the first to see this.
I'll cover my eyes.
I mean, you can see it too, Lottie. It's fine. I then hand her a rope that's attached to the sheet, and I'm like, there you go, doctor. Give it a pull.
Lottie walks up to her, throws an arm around her, and goes, "Here, I'll help you, dear."
I'm gonna sneak through. Let's see. Sneak mode activate. Maybe.
You see Lottie having to help the dock because she's just not strong enough to pull the rope. And they yank the rope down.
All right, the sheet falls off the shield. You will notice, obviously, there is Monqua's kill marks at the bottom of the shield. That's always been there, and obviously the rose emblem in the middle. But as she gazes to the top, there's something new there. There is a Zuda head with angel wings coming out of each side of the head, and then underneath the head, it just says VA. It is beautiful. It's probably one of Monqua's best work. I mean, the rose was beautiful, but this somehow he just seemed to have been possessed and just made something incredible.
And the dock falls to her knees, just staring straight up at it, mouth agape. And you can see Lottie is standing there, hand on her shoulder, trying to help her balance, but you can see Lottie's just bawling. The doc just goes, "You did that?"
I did. I don't know, just felt like he was with me. And I made it.
You see tears trickle down her face as a little bit of a sort of hurt smile is on her face, and she just looks at you and goes, "I love it."
I'm glad.
Lottie steps over to you and smacks you with the wrench and goes, "You piece of shit.
Ow, why?
Why'd you have to make me cry again?"
Try to do something nice. Why do you do this to me?
And then she gives you a hug and drags you over to the dock and goes, "I'll leave you two be." And she walks behind the trees, and Zach, you see her crying, lighting a cigarette, pulling out her flask and sipping at it. She hasn't noticed you yet.
Sounds impolite for a second, then I decide to walk up to her. Are you okay?
"Oh, hey. Sorry, I just wasn't
Sorry.
expecting that."
I wasn't expecting it from him either.
She hands you the flask.
I look at it for a moment. Normally, the character not Zach not normally want to drink alcohol. Just so antidepressant. I take a sip of it.
It's strong, but right now the burn feels good.
Zach needs it. Zach's wanting to push through what he's not used to.
After you take it, you're like, "Puh!" And as you're doing that, all of a sudden she wraps both of her arms around you.
I hesitate for a moment, and then I wrap my arms around her.
No, you're
Sorry,
bad.
it's hard not to be mad.
If I had found out about it, I wouldn't have told you either. Not until we had a moment when it felt like it could be a good time. So I don't want you running off on your own.
Like I said before, as long as our goals align, I'm not going anywhere. Seems for now, at least, our goals are aligned, so... You expect me to stay around...
Just don't be stupid. She buries her head into your neck.
I tighten my hold on her, and I kind of stroke her hair a bit.
Monqua, you're left with the doc.
I know his losses probably hit you harder than anyone here. You know him better than anyone. And I'm sorry.
Wasn't your fault.
Sometimes I feel like it does. It is my fault. But I think I put too much on him.
We all put too much on him. We all put too much on each other all the time.
I think my problem was I saw him as a new type before I saw him as a person. And I think that was my mistake. He is just as fragile as us.
Yeah, well, I'm probably to blame too. I saw him as like a stand-in for my brother.
Yeah.
She just stands there leaning on you. Still, like, down on her knees. But she's leaning against you. And just staring up at it. Anything further?
I know with time you will be better, but I just hope that you'll be able to recoup as soon as you're able to. For now, grieve if you need to.
She just nods. And just sort of like latches an arm around your leg. Still just staring right at it.
I made Vikenty a promise, and I hope once you're better, you'll be able to help me keep it.
What's that?
Kill Maximilian.
Definitely.
All right. End scene.
God damn it. You do that every time.
Yep.
So if no one else has anything further, jump to the next night.
I'm good.
Flora, Monqua, you good?
I am all set. I did what I wanted.
Can I do something in the day?
What do you want to do?
Well, obviously I'm repairing, checking over my mech, making sure it's good, doing maybe repairs here and there.
I mean, it's repaired.
I
And
repaired one before we
Well,
left, so...
I tinker with shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to notice the shield.
I mean, it's not subtle.
No. And like some tears flow. And it will ask you, May I add something?
Like what?
And I'm going to tell you that I'd like to add a rosemary flower underneath it.
Sure, Corporal.
As you see, in that day, I'll etch a tiny, expertly made rosemary flower.
Tiny.
So tiny, no one can see it.
In the language of flowers, it's remembrance. It will be remembered. He will be remembered.
Very nice.
And sin.
And
Fucking God. All right. So we'll skip forward to the next night. As a mobile suit is approaching the base. And over comms, Wolfram, go ahead.
Is this thing on? You sure we went the right direction? You wanted to sightsee in the desert.
We're going the right direction. Shut up.
You know, for a commanding officer, you are very belligerent of your subordinates.
You know, for a subordinate, you got a mouth on you.
Yeah, and very good piloting skills to make up for that. Or should I just call you the coffee maker at this point?
Monqua, Flora, and Zach, I just have you up in the bedroom as a placeholder. You can be where you want to be. If anyone wants to be by the table, you'll hear the comms going off with this conversation.
Yeah, I'll be at the table, and I hear it, and I'm like, oh, well, that will be our new recruits. Time to go.
I'm leaning against one of Japes.
And then I head out.
A gets on the comms. Yeah, we read you. Come on in.
Roger that. Probably be there in less than a minute.
Great, I'm sure somebody will see you.
Fuck you, eh?
Okay. I'm just gonna turn these off
I
now.
slightly spit out the water I was drinking.
A just stares off nowhere where anyone is standing, just with a proud smile.
Own your disability.
Stares at the fourth wall.
And you can see your dad, Captain Burkhart, look over at you and go, if you want to go out and see him in, go for it. I'm gonna take a nap.
Okie dokie. They got a mech and I want to see it.
Haven't slept in a couple days, making sure you did, kiddo.
Well, see, that's silly. You should have just let me fall asleep.
I don't trust you, kiddo.
Nonsense. Sleep well. Give him a little hug.
He hugs you back and goes, "Ah, still my girl." The Major follows you out.
I've got like a hop skip in my step. And just, under the breath is, it's gonna be a mech. I'm gonna see it. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna take notes.
And Wolfram, as you are approaching, you can see the other suits and you can see the new decal on the shield there. Gramps comes on and goes, well, isn't that touching?
I mean, at least he has artistic talent. Remember when you tried to sing?
I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do with the speakers. It's not
Listen,
like I have
almost any
vocal cords.
singer audio ports it these days. You could have messed with it a little bit, maybe mixered it.
But this is a mobile suit. I don't got any of that shit. Get
Exactly.
yourself in
It's
there.
a piece of highly advanced technology. I'm sure it has some things you could have used.
Yeah, fun fact.
DJ Gundam. Sorry.
If Card was here, he'd shout, "Mr. GDK, baby!" Sorry. Anyway, he just stares at you through the screen and just goes, we didn't. There were more important things to do with your suit. We only had a few days. Just be happy with what you got."
Oh, I don't want it in here. God, no. This is perfectly fine and suited to my needs.
Anyway, if you want, go ahead and describe to them what they see when coming crest through.
You see a very kind of a purple, but more of a darker shade of purple. Little neon blue, seafoam greenish lights for the two eyes, the little visor above it. Lovely, completely overhauled armor scheme from when you stole it as the basic bitch model Jim.
Was that Jim
Basically,
Dominance?
overall. Yeah, but it was kind of shit. Test models are always shit. Beautiful, well-armored machine with a two-handed sword positioned on a shoulder, still held in a hand, since they couldn't install a hanger on the back for whatever reason. Cheapskates.
You do have clips in the back to hook it on.
When did we get clips? He said I wasn't getting clips.
He was fucking with you.
Yeah, well, I fucked with him back. I stole 3 bottles of traveling hooch.
That makes sense. It's the same ones that you use for the bazooka.
Well, this is gonna make this very easier to move in now. I don't have to lug this damn thing around. Listen, don't give me shit. I have to Uber you over here to this place so you can become part of your new body, okay?
Yeah. I can't wait to get out of this one.
Yeah, good riddance.
It's been a lovely traveling with you.
Yeah, especially when you had to sightsee an oasis, and then the couple of trees around the oasis, and then you wanted to see what was going on in that town along the way.
Yeah. I didn't say anything about the town. Zooty does a little
Well-
dance.
This little shit. And immediately, the gym kneels down, the cockpit opens, and a Zooty comes flying out of the cockpit once it's open, just floop, out into the air.
Oh no. Okay, well, get ready for more people to start crying.
That's what you're sad saying today.
So what the fuck? You see the others all reacting like, what? Ain't nobody report that part.
Yeah, apparently Zooty survived and then apparently stuck with my grandfather for since the incident. And now apparently my grandfather owns him, I guess.
He flies up and goes, "Don't look at me. Vacanti decided to leave him with me for some reason." Well, hello, and who's the pilot?
And I step out and just look down. Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
Can we discuss hazard pay for this thing now?
You can get hazard pay. I'll pay you double what we normally make.
I just laugh at that.
You're a robot. You don't have any funds to your name. You can.
This is the
not
major
even
talking to you.
Oh, I was talking to Grandpa.
Oh.
So he's getting 2 bottles of hooch.
I mean, 2 times 0 is still 0.
Yeah.
Damn, I was gonna say that.
But no, that's what the major says when you say that out loud.
Oh, great. Lovely. Cursed juju around here with these guys. And no pay.
You act like you don't have cursed juju, boy.
Yeah, well, I don't usually fall asleep dreaming of giant freaky eyes, now do I?
Did you share with him that you did?
Hey, I told you that in confidence. Well, I mean, mostly because I was telling everybody, but...
I think he's saying if Wolfram told Grandpa.
Yeah.
I thought he
Yeah.
did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it in the car.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he just inside Zooty just turns to you and goes, except you did?
Yes, after I met them.
Uh-huh. I
See the point I'm
haven't.
making?
I haven't.
You're
You
just...
don't sleep.
I turn off sometimes.
Oh, yes, let's put the battery-saving power option on.
He starts flying towards Monqua, but he's too far away from the suit, so he can't get close enough. Damn it, boy, get back over here!
I ain't moving.
The major just looks at him, looks at the pilot, looks back at you, Monqua. This is our new recruits.
Yep. Grandpa's going to be transferring to my suit, and we have Wolfram here.
Fantastic.
And the GM dominance. And I point at the new rig.
Correction. New name. Brand new unit.
Well,
I call it
here- okay.
the Gym Enigma.
Dun dun dun.
And you see stunned looks on people's faces.
It's up.
What?
Why did you name it after our squad?
That's the name of your squad?
Yeah, we're the Bronze Enigma. You literally knew who we were.
Oh, I thought that was
we're
just...
more the Coffin Squad.
Yeah, I thought that was just your moniker. You usually went by Coffin.
Raphael turns to you in the
Pillbox.
Zooty and just goes, I told you their squad name multiple times!
After you kind of run together after so long. Besides, what else am I supposed to call a suit of amalgamation? Has Federation, Zeonic, probably a little bit of Zamad there too. Not sure about that one, but whatever parts I could find in the desert to scrape together to make this goddamn monstrosity.
If you say so. Hello, Major. It's been a while. Hello, Mr. Monqua. I guess you're now working with us. Well, this is gonna get interesting. I am not looking forward to being a part of the conversation when the doc sees you. Turns to Monqua. But it's a good thing you made the choice.
Made the choice for what?
Him to join us.
I'm sensing some tension in the air right now.
I mean, to be fair, my grandpa wanted to join, so I let him.
Oh, I'm just talking about the awkwardness when she finally sees Zooty.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do. Do you want to just rip the Band-Aid off? I don't know.
Puts a hand on your shoulder. Sounds like a great plan. Good luck.
Fuck you, sir.
Well, not tonight at least. She's finally asleep like normal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna let her have her time.
Ko and Lottie, I guess they'll need your help moving them over to the guff. And, Wolfram, welcome aboard.
A pleasure, I guess.
Rather eccentric.
Yeah, he's kind of a weirdo, but he's a good pilot.
Okay. The mask?
I mean, he helped us defeat the Purple Zaku. So.
Mm-hmm. See him tense up about that. Great. All right. Welcome aboard. Hopefully we can find some leads and start moving back on our trail soon. And Raphael speaks up and goes, speaking of, I brought that data that you guys uncovered from that mission. And boy, oh boy. There's some interesting stuff in here. Not gonna like it. Federation's got a new suit with a new alloy. And it's a nightmare.
That's putting it lightly.
Yeah. But we'll go over all that tomorrow. At which point, Burkhart opens up the window. Hate to break up the party, guys. We just got a couple of messages on the radio. First off, mayor at the town called in. He's expecting a mail run with some mail for us tomorrow.
All right.
Apparently he's got, they've reported 2 letters coming for us. I don't know who they're going to. And, yeah, got an encrypted message for Monqua.
Okay.
Just has coordinates for tomorrow afternoon.
I look over at Zooty Grandpa.
Signed with a P.
Oh, he lived. Oh, that's good. Which means I might not. Yikes.
Well, do with that what you will. Sounds like we're gonna have a busy day tomorrow.
Apparently.
Might I suggest rest?
Yeah, probably.
Fantastic. All right. I'll get a head start. He closes the window. Is there anything further anyone wants to do at this moment?
No, not really.
Yeah, I'm good.
Laura good?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Now, we had some extra stuff happen tonight that I wasn't planning for, so sadly, we haven't gotten to the encounter, and I'm not going to get to it tonight. So, this will have to be the end of this episode of 0079 Bronze Enigma.